Hi there, welcome to Captain General again. Now, just not so much a program note as a sort of recommendation, I suppose, for those interested in business and the markets. One person to catch if you can in interviews and and articles is Jeremy Grantham, the value investor from America, although I think he's an Englishman. Um, Very clever, very thoughtful individual, without question. He's quite opinionated as well. He was on Bloomberg recently, and he eviscerated the move towards SPACs, special acquisition companies, in America, and also had quite a bit to say on the market, the price to earnings ratio, and he was very good in the way he spoke about recent stock market declines, so 2008, 2000, 87, but also 1929. And I'd recommend catching him if you could, because he certainly knows what he's talking about. Now, he's slightly bearish, obviously, at the moment, because we're at quite high highs, and he's seeing a lot of trading, and he thinks it's looking quite frothy. And he's trying to point out as well that crashes don't happen all on one day. I mean, you see the warning signs, the volatility for a while in different subclasses and subsets of stocks, and he's definitely right about that. So it's worth catching his Bloomberg interview for that. But then also what he talks about, the social contract from the 1960s, Milton Friedman, his opposition to the profit motive being a sole motive. I mean, obviously profit makes sense, so it's got to be a motive, but it cannot be the sole motive of companies. Otherwise it breaks down the social contract and things just don't work overall. And that's something that he, or perhaps me, or a lot of people should try and tease out, because basically, what does acting bona fide and in the best interest of the company mean? Those two terms can potentially conflict with each other. But he's right. It's not. It's not correct to simply simplify what companies do just to bring it back to solely the profit motive, which he called sociopathic by any definition. So, which I thought was very opinionated, but quite clever, and quite right. So Jeremy Grantham, for those interested in business and the markets, he's one you need to be listening to, because he's right on the money. He's a very successful investor. He may be, I don't know, maybe he's calling the stock market decline too early. Who knows? I mean, if you have infrastructure at 3 trillion on top of Biden's 1.9 trillion, then something for clean energy, that's the better part of $7 trillion in the next 24 months. That's a lot of money to go through the system, and there's still 900 billion from 2020. So, yeah, you may not see any serious stock market decline until late 2022 or 2023, or maybe 2024. We shall see, and we'll talk about it. But yeah, Jeremy Grantham is definitely one to catch. Thanks.